Hi YouTubers, I want to thank all of you for watching all of my videos, and I love all the comments. Keep them coming, keep them coming. On the video that I did where I had the circle skirt and I did a part 2, a lot of you responded back wanting to know how to make that circle skirt in a longer version. And it's kind of difficult to write you a message and explain how I did that or how you can do it. So I decided I'd kind of use this video as like a diagram to kind of show you how you would calculate how much fabric you would need in order to make the circle skirt longer. So let me kind of give you an idea of how much fabric you need to purchase, so when you go into the fabric store you know exactly what to purchase. First of all, let's find out exactly what we want. The first step you want to do is find out how long you want your skirt. So we're going to say in this illustration we want our skirt to be 40 inches circumference. So that means you want to have your waist here, and here is your skirt like this, and at any given direction from the waist out it's going to be 40 inches all the way around, and that's what you want. So that way you have a nice perfect circle. So this is our pattern, or this would be your pattern to go by. Now remember that you're going to be dealing with half of the width of the skirt. So in other words, if the skirt was folded in half this way, then from here down you want to make sure you have 40 inches. So if you know that you're going to cut out a little bit for your waist, when you're purchasing your fabric, you want to make sure that one length of fabric is as long as you want your skirt. So if you want your skirt 40 inches long, remember you want to cut out your waist, so you're not going to start from here. So you probably want to add maybe another 5 inches there. We're going to say 5 inches there. Of course my pen ain't writing right. There we go. 5 inches there. So you're going to add 5 inches for the cutout for the waist. That will give you 45 inches. So that's just for one side. If you flip it over, you've got the same thing on the other side. So when calculating your fabric, you want to make sure that you have 45 inches times 2, because you want that same amount of fabric on this side as you do on the other side. That is 90 inches. Now let's pull out our handy calculator to figure out how much fabric that would be. If you need 90 inches, you're going to take 90 inches divided by 36, which is your yardage, and you would need 2.5 yards of fabric. So that will give you 45 on one side and 45 on the other. Okay, let's say for the sake of argument that this is our fabric, and we have already purchased, this is just a plain piece of paper, and I'm going to spread this out. We're going to say that this is our fabric. This is our fold line here, and our fabric is 60 inches wide. Okay, and our fabric is 90 inches long. Okay, so now we know if you fold your fabric in half, you know you're going to get half of that, which is 45 this way. But you only have, if you fold it this way, you only have 30 from the center to the side, so that's not enough. So what you're going to need to do, you're going to need to purchase 2 pieces of fabric that are 60 inches wide and 90 inches long. Okay, now you purchase 2 pieces of fabric. You can cut it all in one, but I would just have them cut 2 sections of 2.5 inches. So you want, 2.5 yards. So have them to cut you 1 piece that's 2.5 yards. Have them to cut you another piece that's 2.5 yards. When you bring it home, now you're going to sew them together. Since this is paper, I'm going to tape mine, and tape is going to act as my stitches. So now what you've done, you've turned 90 inches into 120. So now instead of 60, you now have 120 inches in width, and you have 90 inches in length. So if you were to fold the fabric horizontally, By folding it horizontally, now you have 45 inches this way and 45 inches this way. If you fold the fabric vertically, right down the seam line, you're going to have 60 inches on this side and 60 inches on this side. So when you open it up all together, your fabric will end up being 90 inches or 2.5 yards in width times 2, and then 120 inches across because you put them together. You follow the same technique that I did when I made the regular skirt. You got to take your fabric, you're going to fold it down the center. When you fold it down the center, you notice in my pattern when I did the dress, the skirt, I did not have but one seam. But by folding this in the center now, you're going to have 2 seams. You're going to have one down here on this side and one on this side. So one will be the side seam. These will end up being your side seams. And then your front would be with no seam, and your back would be with no seam. So you're going to fold it in half that way, and you're going to fold it over this way. So now by doing that, you got, here's your spot right here. You're going to measure down 45 inches all the way out. And then when you start when you measure it out, then you're just going to simply mark it just like I did. And it's going to be a circle. Of course, this is not right. You're going to have a lot of extra fabric left over. And when you cut this out, because you had 45 inches, so now when you open this up, of course it's not exactly perfect with me, so now you have 45 inches circumference, and you have 5 inches right here that you could cut out for your waist. So if you were to do that, and you cut the 5 inches out in the center, now you have your 45-inch wide skirt. Excuse me, your 40 inch. So now it's 40 inches from this mark all the way around. And you just follow the same technique for whatever length you want. And you notice where our seams are. You got one seam here, and you got one seam here. And when the skirt's on, that's going to end up being your side seams, and this is going to be your front. So when you put it on, of course, you know, the paper's not going to do right, but it'll cascade around. And it's as simple as that. So I hope that this was helpful for you, that you can now feel confident that you can make this circle skirt in a longer version for yourself. It would make a gorgeous lightweight denim skirt. So just be creative and use all kinds of fun fabrics. Again, thank you so much for watching, and keep the comments and the requests coming. I know sometimes it may take me a while to get the requests done that you request of me, but I do have a lot of requests, and I really try to work them in the best I can. So thank you for your patience, and thank you for your viewership. Happy sewing. Bye now.